Okay, still the same information. We've got the question one, we've got the list of balances there. We've got the adjustment like before, same adjustment, but now we're going to focus on what? Statement of changes in equity. It's the same thing that we did. So don't worry and say how we're gonna deal with the statement of changes in equity. Remember, we dealt with this already. But if you can check, these two accounts are gonna be part of the statement of changes. Okay, so we need to check that. So I'm gonna go straight to the statement of changes with the same information. Okay. I think we finished this one. Let me just check this quickly. So let's we did this, okay. Now understood. Can you see this is how we balance it? You see, this is how we balance. So I don't know, I think maybe figures are wrong as long as we know the principle. This is the statement that I'm going to talk about. Same as what we did. As you can see here, nothing new is going to be calculated. We just have to know how to do it. No? The first thing that we need to do, we must put the balances at the beginning. Remember, if you go back to the list of balances, we've got the balance of the capital. It's given, copy and paste. So the balance of capital was 400 for this, for Van Wyk. Human 380. Current account for Van Wyk was 80. And then the current account for human. Why do we put brackets? Because it's a debit balance. A debit balance on the current account means unfavorable. So we put brackets. So from now on this statement, whenever you see brackets, it means it's a debit. So everything without brackets, it means it's a credit. You can even go back and check from the list of balances. And now you must add them together and you get a total of 810. Okay? Now, there's something called total comprehensive income. Can you see this total comprehensive income? Is the same as net profit for the year. Okay? It's the net profit. Let me just write net profit here. So don't be confused and say, what is it? So it's the same as the net profit. So if you can check, we do have it. It's given to us. It's the one that we used under appropriation. And remember, here we've got the column for appropriation. So we must go and put it under appropriation. Okay. So how much was it if you check? It was 197,500. That's why we put it under what? Appropriation. It's the same thing that we did, but we are putting everything on the statement. And the total is what? 197,500. Okay. The next thing, salaries to partners. Remember, if we don't give you these things like the details here, you must know what to put. So you must remember those things. So I'm gonna put the salaries, and then we know for okay, where did we record salaries before? Before we can continue, appropriation and current account. So we must first give them in the current account. Remember, we gave Van Wyk 255. We gave Human how much? 195. This 195 and 255 must be added together. And where do we take them from? From appropriation. Can you see now? And this makes sense if you can compare with what we did. Remember, I said everything without brackets here is a credit. Everything with brackets, a debit. So if you can go back to the appropriation that we opened before, you can see that salaries are on the debit side of appropriation. But if you can go to the current account of the partners, you can find that salaries are on the credit side. So this is the same as the accounts, but here we use brackets for debit, no brackets for credit. It's the same thing. And then obviously if you can add, you get 0. You cannot have anything under total, okay? What is the next thing? The bonus. And the bonus was only given to human. So under which, where did you record bonus? Under account? Under which account? And it's just that we didn't open They didn't ask us to open the human current account. So this is what is going to happen. Can you see 39,000 under human? It means if we were asked to open human's current account, this was supposed to be on the credit side because there are no brackets. And again, under appropriation, because we had to pay human, we're going to take out. Can you see now? We're going to take out what? 39,000. Remember, these amounts are paid out of the appropriation account. So that's what I'm saying. We give and we take from what? From the appropriation. Okay. Now we can focus on the interest on capital. Which columns do you think I'm going to put? When we were recording interest on current accounts, where did you put them? These are the partnership agreement. And I told you that we put partnership agreement under current accounts. We put them under current account. Just go back and check the current account for Funway. Can you see interest on capital? So don't be fooled by this capital account. No, we don't record anything under a capital account. Okay? So we must go and put 32,000 under Funway. We did calculate this before. This was the calculation.
So we only, I don't understand because we also have interest on capital and appropriation and calculated for both.
Yeah, remember we are recording in both. So if you can check under Funway, don't you have interest on capital? Check there on your account that we opened. Don't we have interest on capital under Funway current account? Huh? Don't we have it under appropriation? Yes, so that's what I'm under appropriation. Can you see, I'm also gonna do for the other one, but I must go and take it from what? Appropriation. Remember, check your appropriation account. We still do the same thing, but on a statement. So use the same technique that we've been using. We give current account, the partners under current account, we pay them out of what? Appropriation. That's what I'm doing. We gave, if you can check here, we gave Funway. We gave Funway 32, and we gave human how much? 3,400. All in all, where do we take that amount from? From appropriation. Check your appropriation account, you're gonna see this 62,400. Yes.
Oh, okay, no, it makes sense. Oh, so since appropriation account, all the ones that are on brackets are on the other side.
Yes.
Okay.
Just like that. Next one is interest on? No, check the next one.
Oh,
current account. Again, remember the same thing that we did. Let's start with Funway. See what you can use, the technique that you can use.
But for interest on capital, why is it?
Did you record it under capital account there initially? When you open it? Even if though it's an interest on capital, it doesn't affect capital. It's what you gave to the partners. What you give to the partners will always go to the current account. Now, current account, you can, let's start with Funway. For you to know which sign to put, check the balance of current account for Funway. It's a credit one, it's a positive one. Even the interest must be what? Positive. But the balance for human is what? A negative one. Even the interest is going to be what? Negative. This means he will pay the business, meaning I'm going to take out of him. And this one, the business will pay him what? The interest. Check here. Can you see this 8,000? Not in brackets. Because this 80,000 is not in brackets. Remember, this is the interest on, this is the current account. Is the interest on current account. So the interest will also have no bracket. Because we are going to give him, unlike what? Can you see his balance is So his interest will be, so he's going to give the business interest. So we're taking out of him instead of giving him. This one we give him because we owe him. And the same thing happened, remember. This means we owe Van Wyk 8,000, is what I explained before. And then human owe us how much? 5,000. So meaning the difference is owed. That's why you're going to have what? Minus under what? Under what? Appropriation. Okay. Are we good? So that's what I'm saying. For you to understand the statement, whatever we apply under current account is the same thing. So everything that you record here with, under current account, which doesn't have brackets, it means a credit, meaning you gave partner. And everything that is in brackets there, it means it's a debit. You can even compare with the account we open. It's the same. Okay. So interest on drawings, how do you think I'm gonna put them there? Interest on drawings. Firstly, under which column? And cannot only go to the appropriation as long as it's partnership again. Have you ever seen us recording the capital account before? Current account. But how? Brackets, no brackets. Between the partners and the business. Are giving. So will I put brackets under partners or must I put no brackets? Because I'm taking out. That's why I'm going to have brackets of what? 99. Remember this calculation we did? Remember this? I'm taking it out of the partners and I'm going to give the business. So again, the other partner, remember this? I'm taking out. So if I take out of the partners, I'm going to give what? The business. Which column represents the business?
Current account.
Current account represent partners. No, it's appropriation. Remember when I was telling you? Remember I said appropriation business and then current accounts are represent. So if I take something from the partners, meaning those things, that's why I didn't put the bracket here, because I'm giving, because I took out of them, I give. So if you can check, there's a pattern here. If I don't have brackets here, I'm going to have brackets here. If I have got brackets here, I'm going to have what? No brackets. Check. It works like. Now, okay. Wait. Okay. Okay. Now let's go to partners' share of profit. Remember, it's the same calculation that we did, but we can check here. Check here. We have got a profit of how much? 197. You minus everything in brackets here. You add this one. That will give you the remaining profit to be shared. Can you see now? That remaining profit, because I'm going to share it, I'm going to take it out of what? Appropriation. So if you check here, what was the remaining profit? It was that if you take Yeah, so can you see now we must divide amongst partners? Can you just check this calculation? We took that 1425 is when you minus everything and you added this, you take it, you times it by 3/5, you get there. We did this already, but I'm just trying to show you again. The same applies to the other partner. We take the same total, meaning the amount that you found here, and then that amount was this one. Can you see? It's the one that you found. So if you take this, you minus this, you minus this, you minus this, you minus this, you add this, you will get this. Put in brackets because you are taking it to the partners and you use the ratio. Okay? Yes, just like that. Not bad. Okay? Not bad at all. Okay? Now, the last thing that we must put, drawings. So just have to see them. If you go back to the list of balances, the drawings, we've got 22,004, but wait, they're there from the list. You minus them. And the other one was what? Human, how much? 28. So if you add them together, you get what? 50,000. You add them, you add this one and this one. So drawings is the last thing to be recorded. That is, remember, drawings are not interest on drawings. Drawings decrease owner's equity. So we're decreasing the current account. The drawings must always have brackets. They are negative owner's equity, always. And as you can see, these drawings didn't affect what? They didn't affect appropriation. Only interest on drawings. Can you see? So drawings doesn't affect appropriation. It affects only current account. And thereafter, you must just add everything, and hopefully these are the same totals. Sorry if they're not the same, but I'm just gonna use this. And the appropriation must always be 0 to show that you shared the profit. Remember, you shared the whole profit, so it must be the 0. And this is how it looks like. The statement of changes in equity. You can score marks. Are you okay? Yes. Yes, I think you deserve it.